I saw a need, because I was on a Good Morning America episode recently, 2 episodes, about women and the Me Too movement in the workplace. And I do a lot of coaching, I do a lot of corporate trainings. And I started to think, it's like, what if I brought some of my corporate training materials and information and created a workshop specifically for women so that they can be empowered to communicate with impact, with influence, with power, with owning their value. It's like, I feel like knowing your value, owning your value, speaking your value, and then earning your value, earn what you are worth. Because I feel like that's a huge conversation out there now. You've got all these people that are talking about pay equity, talking about women in leadership positions, women in politics, all of that. And I'm really happy for it. I'm so happy that finally there's a conversation about we need more women on the front lines. And at the same time, I want to make sure that every woman that is prepared to be in the front line is prepared to maximize their potential, which is what my workshop is called. You've got potential. How do you maximize it in the way that you communicate, in the way that you speak, the way that you have an impact? And that's what this 2-day workshop is going to be about in New York City.
That's beautiful. And there is such a need.
Yes.
Having come from the corporate world where I was for over 15 years in human resources, I've seen a lot of women who come in and have brilliant minds and very strong technical skills.
Right.
And yet they're not communicating their value.
Yes.
And it starts with the interview. Just when they're interviewing to get the job, they're not selling them or talking themselves up and all the great things they're doing.
Yes.
They tend to, on average, talk, be more humble about their accomplishments.
Yeah.
And how are we going to know how great you are unless you're talking about?
I know. I see that so much when I do presentations, when I do trainings. One of the first questions that come up when I have one-on-one coaching, one of the first questions or statements that come up is like, well, I don't want to seem braggy. I don't want to be bragging. And it's like, okay, I get it. Nobody wants to be a used car salesman.
Right.
I totally get it. I hate being sold to. I hate when people brag to me. However, there is a fine line between bragging and sharing your value. Because if you do not share your value, no one else is going to do it for you. And if you don't share your value, you are actually doing a disservice to those who you're talking to, because they're running around thinking that they want their revenue to grow. They want their sales to grow. They want their leaders to lead. And if you're sitting on the power that you have to do that without sharing it, you're doing them a disservice. What are they going to do? They're not going to get ahead because you're not sharing how great you can be at doing what it is that they need. And I feel like women will be the first person to raise their hand to say, I like helping people. It's like, oh yeah, I like helping people. Yes, that's me. But if you say, I want to tell people what I do in a very powerful, straightforward way, the hand's not going to go up as high, but to me, it's the same thing. To telling people what you do and what you're great at is a way of helping them figure out how to utilize your skills and how to better their lives.
Mm-hmm.